Don't look back, Commander.
Reloads.
He's got Nick's strike down.
Well, jam the signal.
You never find Nick's body.
You know the protocol.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Adam here, Rebel316. Hope you're all having a good day. Okay, you wanted a review on Halloween Kills? Alright then, I'll give you one. Saw Halloween Kills at the cinema last night, and I was pleasantly surprised. I enjoyed the film. I definitely think it's much better than the movie that came out in 2018. In fact, if I'm being perfectly honest about this movie, I thought it was the best film in the Halloween franchise since Halloween H2O. Okay, I thought this movie had a good body count. I thought the kills were creative and very gory. A lot of people gave this movie shit, saying it was more like a Friday the 13th feel more than a Halloween feel. And I have to admit, yeah, it did seem like more. The kills did seem like you'd seen them like in a Friday the 13th movie more than in a Halloween movie. But I've got no complaints from that. I mean, a lot of people have gave this movie shit already, saying that Michael Myers is this Jason Voorhees fucking wannabe, you know, and this film's getting shit already. I mean, it's not been out very long and already people are giving it shit. I've looked at their reasons why. I mean, I've got loads of people online who have already reviewed this movie already, giving it shit. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. You know, I've got my opinion, and my opinion is I enjoyed this movie. In fact, I'm going to go back a bit now and tell you a brief story about what I think about the Halloween franchise in general before I actually tell you about what I liked about this movie that we've just seen as known as Halloween Kills. Now, the first movie that came out in the 70s I thought was a fantastic movie. The first Halloween movie, John Carpenter's Halloween. Michael Myers in that movie, in my opinion, was the scariest. I thought he was the scariest Michael Myers in the first movie, simply because we knew nothing about him. Yeah, we knew that when he was a child, he stabbed his sister to death, you know, and we don't know why. Years later, he comes back, you know, for his sister, you know, and we all know the story about Halloween. But Michael Myers was scary in that movie. He was really scary in the first Halloween movie because he didn't speak. I thought it was scary how he stalked people, how he appeared in one position and then appeared in the next. You know, she was looking out the window and he was there by the washing line, and looking out the window of the school, and he'd be there, then 1 minute he wouldn't be there. So I thought Michael Myers was really scary, and overall it was a fantastic movie. Loved the first Halloween movie. The second Halloween movie, John Carpenter didn't really want to do a sequel, but he did it anyway, and I thought it was a solid sequel. The whole thing about it taking place in that hospital, you know, where Laurie Strode is in the hospital. You know, I don't think Jamie Lee Curtis was a big fan of the second movie. You know, I don't think she expressed much interest of liking this movie, but I happen to disagree. Because I thought the thing was a whole great idea about it all taking place inside of a hospital, cool settings, cool killings. Michael Myers is basically ashes at the end of this movie, and I thought it was a solid sequel. Now, the third movie, Season of the Witch, I did not like that movie. But I didn't dislike it for all the wrong reasons. A lot of people gave that movie shit because Michael Myers is not in it, you know, and because Michael Myers was not in the movie got a lot of shit from all the fans, and everyone was like really pissed off, saying, how the fuck can you have a Halloween movie without Michael Myers? It doesn't make sense. Well, it was called Season of the Witch. But the reason why I disliked the movie was because it just didn't appeal to me. I did not dislike the movie because Michael Myers was not in it. I just disliked it because it just didn't appeal to me, and I didn't find the movie very interesting. Now, the fourth movie, I love with a fucking passion. Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. I thought that was a really fun flick, very gory, very creative, and I thought it was very adventurous. Love the return of Michael Myers. Michael Myers comes back. The fans get what they want. Michael Myers fucking comes back and causes havoc. You know, we see the little girl Jamie, and played by Danielle Harris, and Donald Pleasance is in the movie as well. And I thought it was a really great ride. And the ending was fucking cool because Michael Myers basically gets blown up in that mine, and Danielle Harris's character Jamie is holding the bloody pair of scissors at the end of the movie. You know, Donald Pleasance is going, "Oh no!" and he cuts, indicating that Danielle Harris's character Jamie is going to be the next killer. Now, Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers, that was where the first biggest fuck up of the franchise happened, in my opinion. They pushed out the ending of Halloween 4, and Jamie is now mute in a hospital. We find out that Michael Myers wasn't really dead in that mine explosion. In fact, he got out at the back of the mine and he floats away and he goes into a coma for a year. But the movie was rushed into production, you know, because Halloween 4 was such a fucking big hit, you know, and they just rushed it into production. I thought Michael Myers had his poorest look in this movie. I thought it was the poorest looking mask. You know, we saw Michael Myers cry. We see stuttering kids. Ellen Cornell got killed off early in the movie, and she was like the only likable character to get stabbed with a pair of scissors by Michael Myers. So it was like the first fuck up of the franchise, you know, The Revenge of Michael Myers. The one I didn't like was the one that came after that, The Curse of Michael Myers. It was going into detail about why Michael Myers killed his sister and about the whole thorn and all that kind of stuff. You know, why did they have to go in detail about Michael Myers? What made Michael Myers scary was the fact he was mysterious. The fact we knew nothing about him. And it made him even more scary knowing that the mystery was always there about why he killed his fucking sister. That's what made it scary. The fact is we did not know. With The Curse of Michael Myers, they turn the back on all that. They go into detail about why he did it, what possessed him to become evil. That's like ruined the whole Michael Myers character, in my opinion, because they just basically just gave away everything about Michael Myers, about why he's evil. The whole thing with the thorn I thought was a bunch of shit, and they just ruined the character in that movie, in my opinion. Did not like The Curse of Michael Myers. Now, H2O, pleasantly surprised, I like that movie, 20 years later, where everyone's growing up. Michael Myers comes back. Laurie Strode's in the film. And again, the ending of the movie was just nice. Michael Myers died. Because Jamie Lee Curtis's character cuts off Michael Myers' head, decapitates him, and Michael was finally fucking dead. It ended nicely. It was a wonderful ending, and it was a great film. And it ended so nicely with the fact that Michael Myers was now dead because his head was cut off, and he was killed by his sister. They couldn't have gave it a better ending. So then they made a Halloween fucking resurrection. And how was it fucking resurrection when he wasn't even resurrected? The only twist that they fucking came up with was the fact that Michael Myers switched clothes with the paramedic, so that it was the fucking paramedic's head that got fucking cut off, not Michael Myers. And I'm thinking, really? Really? You know what I mean? Why ruin that great ending of H2O for something like that? An excuse to make this movie where Michael Myers had time to switch clothes with a paramedic, dress up the paramedic in his clothes and his mask, and the wrong person gets the head cut off. Really? Get fucking real. And they kill off Jamie Lee Curtis's character right off the start of the movie. So you think to yourself, what's the whole fucking point of Michael Myers' character now? He's accomplished it, he's killed his sister. There's no point in the character now other than he goes home, the house gets invaded by rappers doing a movie inside the house, and then Michael Myers is like taking back the house. You know. We get the Rob Zombie films where, right off the bat, where I say, look, just like the first Rob Zombie movie, I said, you know, they gave away what actually was wrong with Michael Myers in the first 10 minutes of the movie. In the first movie, he was mysterious. We don't know why he did it. Where in this movie, in Rob Zombie's Halloween 1, it was obvious why Michael Myers was evil. It was due to a bad upbringing. It was due to child abuse, you know, a neglected family, an abusive stepfather. So it makes clear obvious as to why Michael Myers was evil. And in my opinion, that just killed the whole process of making Michael Myers scary. The second one was a fucking catastrophe. You know, we saw furry animals, we saw horses flying. Completely fucking shit movie. They take a new direction with the 2018 movie. They bring back Jamie Lee Curtis yet again. And I'll be perfectly honest with you, the 2018 movie, it's not the worst movie in the world. But at the same time, it wasn't a great movie either. The movie just felt there. You know, it felt there, but then at the same time, the movie felt flat. There was one or two good kills, I will admit to that. But again, the movie just felt there. And if the movie didn't exist, I wouldn't be upset by that. But it was there, and I suppose it were alright. But again, they had the unnecessary scenes about a kid cutting his toenails and all that kind of shit. And I'm like, why the fuck are you putting that in a Halloween movie? What's the whole fucking point of that? You know, does a Halloween movie seriously need a scene where a kid is cutting his own toenails? Just try and break out a bit of comedy in the movie. Newsflash, fucking Halloween movie does not need any fucking comedy. And it does not need scenes of kids cutting their own fucking toenails. You know? And why is fucking Jamie Lee Curtis's daughter in this movie wearing a Christmas sweater on fucking Halloween? You know? So... But anyway, you want to hear about my thoughts on Halloween Kills. I enjoyed the movie. I thought it was a great step up from the 2018 movie. I seriously do think it's the best Halloween movie since H2O. I had a blast with the killings. Again, they were more like Friday the 13th kind of style type of killings, but at the same time, it felt really nice to see them. We see a scene where a guy gets stabbed in the eye in the car. You know, Michael Myers squeezes his thumbs into somebody's eyes until they bleed to fucking death. There's a lot of stabbings, dismemberings, you know, a lot of knife stabbing scenes. You know, I love the whole idea that the plan that it was Halloween and that guy's in the bar telling the story about the boogeyman, who known as Michael Myers, and everyone in the bar is willing to work together to try and track down Michael Myers and finally kill him. Like the evil hens on Halloween tonight, you know. I like the hospital scene where there's that escaped convict and he jumps to his death, he commits suicide. Again, I just like the whole concept about the people in the town forming a group to try and stop Michael Myers. You know, there was no annoying characters in this movie, unlike I can say about that fucking Candyman movie. Because there was a scene in this movie where we had a gay couple, but again, they weren't annoying. Then again, they put a gay couple in the Candyman movie in 2021, and they were annoying as fuck. But then again, they put a gay couple in this movie, and they weren't annoying. So it was nice to know that we did have no annoying characters in this movie. You know. There's a lot of scenes in this movie where it takes place in the hospital for the last half of the movie. Again, I can't fucking understand why Jamie Lee Curtis's daughter in this movie is still wearing that Christmas sweater. It's fucking Halloween and she still hasn't managed to lose that fucking Christmas sweater. Why would you wear a Christmas sweater on Halloween night? But again, no major complaints from me about Halloween Kills. I mean, like I said, I think it's the best film since H2O. It's a shame that the Halloween franchise has fucked up on so many different levels. But it still has managed to pull off a good few good movies from here and there. When I saw the first 2018 movie the first time, I was like, you know, do we really need this movie? It just felt there. Well, this one I had a really good kick out of it. I mean, I was really entertained from start to finish. You know, I think it was because of its over-top gore that got me really intrigued. You know, so Michael Myers is now basically the next Jason Voorhees or whatever. So it was really great to see a good body count of gruesome kills. You know. A lot of people say this movie is more like a filler, you know, because we know what's coming up next year. We're coming up to Halloween Ends. A lot of people say this movie was just placed there, you know, as a filler, you know, to get things warmed up for Halloween Ends. You know, that's sort of a complaint that people have about this movie, but at the same time, I've got no complaint in that department. You know, it was nice to see Michael Myers come back. You know, I'm a big fan of the Halloween movies, and again, in this movie, Halloween Kills, I love the body count, love the gore. I liked how they continued the story. You know, I love that scene with the firefighters. You know, where Michael Myers gets the sword to the guy's face. He gets an axe and chops them into the faces of the, you know, through the helmets of the firefighters. You know, love that scene. I love the car chase scenes. You know, so I'd have to say Halloween Kills has got to be, you know, one of the best ones so far. You know, and I really do recommend it for all horror fanatics, and especially Michael Myers fans. You know, I wouldn't mind seeing the movie again. That's how much I like the film. So more than likely we'll get to see it with another couple of friends who were unable to see it. You know, we had a couple of friends who backed out to see this movie, and they said you can watch it another time, but I wouldn't mind rewatching it again. So that's how much I like the movie. So I highly recommend it to anybody who likes all the gore fests. And I really do recommend it to anybody who's like a die-hard horror fanatic. So I've got no complaints about this movie. You know, there was no annoying characters, like I said. You know, I love the choice of settings. You know, the hospital scene, the bar scene, the scene with the burning building with the firefighters. You know, it was all really well put together. You know, and already I'm looking forward to Halloween Ends, which is hopefully coming out with a 2022 release. Okay, that's all I've got to say, everyone. And please like, rate, and comment, and email if you've got any questions. Peace out.